knew that one day, our kids that are being churned out will not be the ones that we preferred or we wanted to have brought them up. Look, this issue of examination malpractice, and as you could remember, I posed a question to the minister that the issue of cancellation, withholding of papers for WASI students is just unfounded. It's just unbearable. The parents have to go through a lot of struggle together with the student to have ascertained whatever evidence or whatever it is that they are supposed to do. But the issue emanates from a certain angle, and that is what we need to tackle. Look, there hasn't been any systematic, well-organized, orchestrated examination malpractices than the past government or the reign of the past administration. It is properly orchestrated between institutions. They were hip in line to behave accordingly. How do you come rating students or schools with performance of WASI and tell me that if your student don't perform in WASI, I want us to decouple performance from politics. We all knew this canker will one day explode.
The last time I came here assured us that by July next year, we'll be able to hand over the road. But if I look at the progress being made, I'm sure that by April next year, if you guys push hard, you'll be able to finish this road and hand it over so that we can use it. This alignment of the road is the road that links Accra to Kumasi. This is the old alignment, and some people have expressed concern that with the announcement of the new Accra-Kumasi Expressway, this road is going to be abandoned. This road is not going to be abandoned. Work is still ongoing. Even if you go into the eastern region stretch, towards Appiah, all the way towards Senyinam, there's road work going on there. And we're going to add the Ashanti region end of it so that we open up the road. This road will still be a very important road, but it will also exist alongside the Accra-Kumasi Expressway, so that for those who want to go very fast, for the trucks, big trucks, that carry heavy cargo, instead of using this stretch, they can use that stretch. Of course, they'll pay a toll to be able to use it. And so, like he said, we've not abandoned this alignment. This alignment will still be available for road users, but we're going to invest in a new expressway that will take people to Kumasi faster than this old one has done. So let me congratulate the consultants and then also congratulate the contractors. And I hope that you continue to push it the way you've done. I'm sure that if you do, we probably will take over the road earlier than you had said in July. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, there was a meeting in Doha, the World Summit on Social Development, where these issues were further discussed. Mr. Speaker, what we need is a just, inclusive, and equitable world. Even in Ghana, persons with disabilities still face significant challenges and obstacles. And it's commendable that she has recognized what President Mahama has done for persons with disability, at least to have access to free tertiary education. Mr. Speaker, my colleague who just spoke, the Honorable Samia Oku, I was in Akwapim 3 weeks ago where we visited the special needs school of visually impaired persons. And Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to note that from the 1st of January 2026, President Mahama will make a formal declaration declaring education for all persons with special needs free in Ghana, and would want that to be an enduring legacy and to reach out to them as very marginalized, deprived people. Currently, those of them in the schools and the special needs, we call them integrated and special needs, there are about 39 of them spread across the country, particularly in Ashanti, Volta region, and other parts of it. They live on 8 cedis a day. Government is increasing that to 15 cedis. I'm here with an amendment to the Get Fund Act, and part of the amendment is to declare the Get Fund will be obliged through Parliament to make a minimum allocation of 65 million to 100 million Ghana cedis dedicated to their feeding. What is significant, Mr. Speaker, will be assistive devices. Elsewhere in the world, those of them who are unable to hear, there are devices that can aid hearing. We will also provide that for them. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to commend the maker of the statement. I'm also aware that the President have directed that District Assembly Common Fund allocation for persons with disability be increased from 3% to 5%, and that this money must be spent at the local level, and accessibility to the fund must be from the Federation of Disabled People as part.
Yeah, what is your Mamunina Joe about Kessben television? So you know, Sati and Kawa Kessben 93.3 FM. And ne Yawada Brunya Bushman December Tosso and 9 or 15 no any eduno enum 4th day of December 2025. Yawada do say ne drew and you men watching it trans at the punch. You may deal the Brofi Sabre compensable nundu to Bell Radio, the Bell television, Abetia, Kessben TV, so your multi TV decoder and also DSTV channel 364, Gold TV channel 121, Facebook Live, about Kessben TV and Kessben FM. If we ask baby, will be able to stream live. Now, only Eddie and Como enumerate. We did the Kofi Appiah, Malame Yadebo Chidom and enumerate. And then we have 2 segments, said ye a yen or no, a far Eddie Kaino. You made in Como Eddie Afa and Amuntua abai A2. Se amount for A2 assassin will good year. Now the galam say no. Ye hear kwan foforo bi wetim abobo mo ano. Said the nano but a trans ye ne Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources kasama foodi nkomo no. O tre esa mutu galam say so baby o makudru. And ne 9 months o makoye operation bi pa ye nyagro. Just binum gusu adwuma no omo ye pa. Na ban che ode ba ye federal responsible cooperative mining and skill development program. Mutaye nyina ne se e wo se wo mo tu asase mo agudie no etimi mo ye ne yie ne sa kyekyekyere mo niema bi o metimi aye a enye galamse nkoa ne abraba wo se otimi bo wiase obetimi sua bibia bibi foforo nso aka ho na onso atimi ede abobra Opening Pie or Kasa Emma Responsible Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program. Or ha, ye and the bidding Comoniach, which watch mu, the Omo ye Sebea, Sanche bit me a tumpom. You ya a second segment no, I would have for Tracy. Na Yahe, ye bidding Como, and so Eddie Afa, West African Senior Secondary School, certificate examination, Koran Koye no, and also answer about Findia, Con. Na ene education is ha and in the form betray dear na touch ma yan kola no body ball from so man pani ma ha ma kire say basic school ni ase ato na saram e ka ho bi na wasin so ye no a prosanti penifon 2 anamon e benya bread ho nkomo office of the special prosecutor ye begu no anase ye be ma na tra ho rakisi ajaben o de Martin Pegbu na nse nyagro kwa Martin Pegbu so be ma kisi ajaben yi na firi ho na ofre no se kwadu odi aba no bra be ni ho ano a eno okoye no omoche no emamu nsama ibebre ne parliament ma se ya for trans no speaker of parliament say e be ya special prosecutor office no yingu no this guy dey say ese no waso no ho no muntimi nya adwuma bia say on be chi amanfo age sika amaye no ehu hia sara so na majority leader ono so akasa ho say anamon a special prosecutor 2 year ma omoche Martin Pegbu no sebe amfamara kwan so nti o mehia na parliament o mra no me nsim bia bia no ti ekoba eno so ebedi hu nkomo for adwen chrobre 0551 599 933 0551 599 933 sere pemo no na yakenkan so amatifo ne ahefo nyina nso omo so atenka sebedi kan no in our very first segment you need director of communication or head of communication in my responsible cooperative mining and skill development program Ora John Affol na aiding komo epeni e wakwaba official pass so
I feel say we are sitting here yeka about yensua pempenso ye hunu sesia no adania ye de ninje eni oseye eni osebo ye de bo is honorable Kofi Appiah and his excellency John Dramani Mahama.
Okay. My responsible cooperative mining and skill development program no Say who na mo tuo no etesɛn bi sɛ adwuma no de ɔmo so yɛ ɔmo senso ne nsase abanse pɛse ɔmo yɛ ne yie say development be na ekoso maso yɛ no
yo Wofa before I start na me fan das kɛse ma motifo a ɔmo tie nda nyibro ne ɔmo hwɛ nso TV so ne
that's right
ɔmo so ɔmo hwɛ online TikTok ne YouTube na de nyina na me fan chia kɛse ba koso fa ma honorable minister for lands and natural resources honorable Ama Kofi Appiah ene me boss honorable Frank Asari Pedro Esquire and I'm the deputy national coordinator in charge of operations and FNA Wofa many just say nda nyibro maba eno bedi nkata ho a ye be cheche galamsey fo na say small scale mine say kwan pa be fa so a ade anyankopon de achen egudi anyankopon de achen a se nka ye hwe na nka de mfa so na de ba oman mu anampuntu anka yetu sa fom egudi na nso me no ka say edi enya pa e wo man we ma we enti no aban we so obeka ye ba no so na ye ka say ye ba enya ade a ye ba ye be den ye be against the mining ye want to from agudie no but ye be church of kwan pa be fa so a on betumi tu from agudie no so na be ye de fa so ne mpuntuo aba community na ye sa nyame hira o no sa agudie no because what for say ye hwa na ye ka se ye chikakra ye kwa His Excellency the late president John Ronnie's time eba president Kufuor time na from agudie you too small scale money you too but ye show ni says your forest no so says but no can say about 55 hectares of our forest reserve and I say who to compare 7,500 football pitches I say Accra Sports Stadium Kumasi Sports Stadium 7,500 and but no can say I say a kwan be na be fa so a ye be dey sa kwan bona ye fa so ye tu fo makudi ye be jai ni afa kwan pa so na fo makudi ankopon de hira yi ye tumi enya ho faso na mpuntuo nso aba community na yetu from agudie no enti so be kaya under the previous administration no mo ade be friend community mining led by a national alternative livelihood and employment program for illegal miners and no mo aim ni say nka be community mining say na be ya community ni be nya ho faso but esan say nkofo no mudi enu no akire no greediness ne selfishness be di omonim kind no the focus any ekwan mo faso esan commodity we na say edi mpuntu oba community no amba na sa eti yetine akire hu say no community mine na mboa timemufo no edi kwadanda ana edi bre timemufo no eti kwa be na be faso a ye betumi ama afei no ye de kwan pa afa so a ye betumi etu fo magudie na aboa yen aboa ahemfo ene yenuanom ba ne mbebu omwo timemu ekrom ho e de ne se sadia ade na yen involve the community no before kwa be start engagement no e se ne ahemfo no di nkomo na omo no mo ya asase ra na yetumi federal up ne assembly men for ne union committee for no ye no mo di nkata ho na afei ye ne omo ye head omo no mo sponsor sa yenuanum oamu ni academy na ade betumi di aka we but omo from financiers omo no mo high excavators omo to excavators omo no mo korom ka say we no e she no mo ya engagement enti be no ka say ye te responsible cooperative mining skills and development program no ye launch no 6 August onim de to ye nkai yenuanum we ya a lot of engagement
okay
ye ne community no a lot of engagement ye hia ahemfo no ne omo di hu enkomo ya cho mu kwan pa ye say ye nya ye fa so a ye betumi edi fom agudie na edi mfa so be bro mo ahemfo nankasa na edi mpuntuo abre community no wo no enti ye kwa mineral commission ye engage omo EPA for ye engage omo any water commission for ye no mu nya na ekobom se na be ya ye ko ahemfie ni ekeyi ye ho kire na ye ka pempenso ye bebia ye fiba na ye ka butantia our concept ye te ye se na be ya ye no mbenya kasakire nje no mnya kasakire wi a afi na ye zoom into the miners no mo ye djuma ho no na afi ye no mo engage na ye no mnya kasakire so far bibi akonyina no kasakire no mo nya education no mo aye no it has been a success yeah because one say no e kwan bo na mo fa so mo tu fo magudie no so mo an end of day no galam say mo na edifit no enti ono na ye yesua from that experience no and ye ka say se ame no ka say obi bia ye de mbra SSS di tu fo magudie no wan fa sa kwan pa na fa tu sa fo magudie ne de mbra no no obedi It was overshot, and they say now must okay operations. But now the first time of my a lot of operations under this administration. Now must and I didn't couldn't do so. Abba, your console, you making sure say excavators no more the man so ya omoje. Now omodia ama assembly no. Pumping machines ya free illegal miners so na ya the ama Ministry of Agric. Ma 10 ama farmers. Eboa say na be you do about you betumi nya abundant foods na etumi edinto offer me no ka say responsible cooperative mining it has been a success bebi a yakobia no ye no monya kasa kire enyo monya katawudi a through the minerals commission water commissioner me no ka say enche bia bosum ewu me na safi ewu mi ya launch 3 cooperatives ye pese ye starting ye pilot ne ye hwe kwa be fa so betumi aboa na afi ye zoom into next year no ya near launch 25 cooperatives na starting afi kwan bone e fa so a ye di tu fo magudi a afi ese edi enya no ya fa kwan pa so na boa timamfo no
na wo ye galamsey de mo kan omo gitum se ya mode ba no beti ase aye na omagya na se mo ye na mu wie a mo de ato omonim
ye se si anu se de bia untumi ka se wo be ye ade ba ko na why especially obenya different results. Sana ya na edue bedu pempen so ayewi. Won enti sa decision yesu hu say no. Say pese yesesa ekwan ya yefa so a na yenya different result a. Ade ne yemfa temamufo na ansa. Na yenya education, proper education.
Okay.
Obehwa VAT ebaye ye pese introduce no. Onum agitation ebaye. Aba no sa time twuko echi a was a lot of education no. VAT yesande baye. Ebaye no aban bi abasu bi abeboa no enti saa so na responsible mind no say a lot of education because for me no ka say uko Tanzania omutu fo magudie wo
eso omun
sensu uko South Africa Pretoria uko Johannesburg omu ye we mind ho eboa kro no eboa mpunto eboa itimemufo no mo kro mo so I say near the South Africa compare the Tanzania compare the Australia and so ade na yen yes any party so mo a ade na dey person say yensu ye person ye kafa foreigners for no be say yen sase na ade o dey no yen timefo na afi ye bre enti dia our concept ya any say say ni ahemfo no omo na sase no ye omo dia say ni timemfo mbembu no say no mo kasa enti ye kwa mineral commission for any young our concept for any EP for your Cambom, we together with the municipal chief executive for municipality and I said district chief executive near no more aqua in Fini and for no academic como architecture, the Kunti a buyer, at the Kunti a binati, our concept no, and then almost Cassani and young Catamuia, now for more the leaders now. Or more our community no more years half for my good idea and no much ya no monya katamudi no monya katamudia assembly a doma come to be on beside so near so actually now one of the major problems I face I have to me say a lot of illegal mining is going on in this country and say in Sasina omu for my good idea or any modia omu ni ka tan so a so mo de ko asase so ekokoye enti ya dana ya we no omo de kokoni ne no ma anaju no mako e de excavators ade ba kono so say omo koso no so no omo ntesi asase no so hwe say asase no ebi wo hwana sabi ni wo anu ji na wo ni say no but ya de ankomo de mbra kwan so tesi asase no geologists tesi asase say asase no ana ebi wo hwana na before ko be no kan say o ye reconnaissance we are work prospecting ansa na work mining but omuko ya no discover case asase no so we san so I will say asase no because who do we need so we dey ebi mu work am kuta detector machine no ntumi detect asase na say how many feet na we no fuma gudie no ehye nti omuko ya am detect be say so aha no gold ho na fa mu discover na case ho into expectations na all person obenya no okono wonya say expectations na we ja mo na to sa because on observe okoto fuel or you say for labor or you say the cost no abeneka no na edi enya panti responsible cooperative and mining skill development program the I say before I be kwa asase no ye ni ombeyan gebe ye kire mo say before mboko no kwa no e some dem geologists eko na otesi asase no no say an asase no efom agudie na mo ka na bi wo ho ana It's your fans ahwene bi near their collab near care test or under this our result in beba say you know ebi wo saa na ekwa na omo kasa na omo nya kasa kire eti ewia na afi eni nsase no so no ewura apart from ahemfu no ekura asase no oyobi anase foreign bi na aba wa fam bra kwan so na ode akwa through the minerals commission lines a wonya ne last scale na oye enti ade na say wo say asase no enti no you say one of the major problems are small scale miners no say Ghana say for no fish, you know, because they don't own the land and they don't have the requisite documentation to mine. No, we engage the large scale miners for no. Me no can say through our education, our sensitization, you engage a lot of large scale miners. Most of them have been success. Me no can say Adam Usomo. Western region, New Montewo, Ahafo, and Chumampo, New Amino Kase. You launch 3 cooperatives, sir.
Okay.
You person you zoom in piloting. You almost started program no. Near share say at the church no church or mono. Ana omafa na ono na edbe edwuma na afa yehu esinto ene de ekọ na afa next year you zoom in start 25 na afa na ya start because I saw to say cooperative no start ya e de edwuma enso bebre mbembu anom wo krom ho no e de mpuntu so beba krom ho na I need you na haba ni jai sa kwan bon na ifa so I need tu so ni ese ensu a
no ni asem mo ye we nyina wi a wo be jai nsu no ho mo te no a wo mo hunu nsu edika no ebi no ko mo di eche se nsu no pa na de no nyam mo
enti no aban so e de careful at one says all the our water bodies in your forest say I declare no security zone but the asema then says here kone no munya kasa kire say so far yakọ Savannah region yakọ Western region ya ba Ashanti ha yakọ Upper East yakọ Upper West yakọ half yakọ Bono bebi ekọ nyina no omude fefe no omude gi enso ye no munya katahudie so a yetumu say omo ankasa because no be kasa na otumu say ade no oji atomu a ohun ni body language eti omo no mudi nkomo nyina no ehun say omo je asem na atomu a omo be fa kwan paso na omo de etu fom agude na de mfaso no empuntu aba community o eti no ye sensitization ayi na no ene education ayi na no ye face problem bi ye ko mo ji ye feso because before you know mbe kasa na say na ahemfo ne kasa ne ene asem emfo no so no mo kasa ansa na ni leaders no edi hu nkomo ansa na ye hia efomfo na nkasa ya ko site to akohwe ne no mo edi hu nkomo eti step by step into no to ase because obi no wa ya ade na na ne body age eti wo be manage isa ade no enya gridi kra to ase ahombo ase na wo cheche no say de oye enya kwanpa ofa kwanpa so ebeboa no eti no bibi yakọ nyina no e de nije age yen ama me no ka say enche de ohun ne ndey ohun ni sabio
hwe e ma be sia o hwe amna omugumu ni atecha omugumu asebe
we mu nyina no omuni kataya omude ye sawe no omuni hu adusua yen shom bibia anti cause one of our mandate ni say before kwana you better cooperative no ye no omko umat
okay University of Mines takwa
ya takwa
okay
so na be yo no mbenya kasa kire omo church omo ntino omo leaders no ade aban support enti sa cooperative 3 year beti you know ma new monta omo ani omo akasa enya kasa kire gidi se kasa kire ni tete omo nya every you mat no omo zoom into operation enya de how ni atete bia beba because how cause them so yan konkada te say nalep na ode kata ne mo a na wote Accra na we expect say they will be doing the right thing ye ho no ye wo department for monitoring and evaluation and ye wo compliance department ye be make sure say ye dani dan nyina no ye wo site wo ye hwe say ana cheche ne tete no mu afemu no ade saa kwan ne pa no mo fa so ana eti adwuma na say the grounds ye ntina Accra na ye nka say ye twen say omu ye adwuma no ye be say omu be dabi ese de bia no ye presence ekọ ese to make sure say ye hwe say tete ne no mu titi femu no omu ye the right thing na ana before kwana ubenya saa to me say ye ma wo say kwa asase no ka we no say o make sure say when ya EPA license when ya mineral commission license when you are cost them so license. So the best how cool when you know or compliance department or more monitoring and evaluation department or more agencies so a jomu now together with our cost them no yebema ye na ye ntetia ewo DPA omu tu sa for megudie no won
enya ne ntie se we bi omo ha mokwa manfo no se omo asase so de responsible se cooperative omo pay bi kura ho they say
asante agogo open de koya na mbebu wan se senia wo me no ye hwe TV so ase omo you know omo no anya omo nya ready say omo betie say bebe ye responsible cooperative mining but ni nyina no wo fa na make no say education nipa no ntia ase a say wo che no ade krontia wo be sade no wo nti eguso e no mo ye engagement ye gidi say we further education no e be do pempenso on beti ase ya ko enum na so onya ade o mo be prin so a ye enforce o mo o ti ase but say ade anko mo operational ke ye be ye responsible mining no e wo community wa nke ade on fair day no ade adwuma be bre mbebu anom wo ho no but omuso mu no say
we are responsible na say we not irresponsible
no say ban say anka na mu so mu teche nkofu nke beti say omo ye nti no this government is determined and focused to ensure say the issue in the past no enya ade a e be say me no ka say two of our national executives are under investigation.
Okay.
Honorable Yamine, Honorable Abanga. Well, this is a we want it. Say say and yeah, like the other previous administration now who say Pokuno is involved in Galamsey. Oh, and so omuntu minka no mu jai omo anso mo hwa ahwa say ekos ono na wofa ne kwa no no na edi enya me no ka say hinbre no because ade anka ye taking say ye dey your presidency too on the line no ye making sure say ye be making sure them brano ni ye bedia enka wofa anka me gidi say enka ndu pempensu a ye nsase ne yensu asɛ san
so la ebinum Ghana phone bi wadwe wo mu say 2 minutes sign na buy crofo yade ne bi
ofa na me no ka say one pa na wate say ana we hu ni say owo bono bi so a oye Galamsey e wo aban we nipa mbako na me ka chon say minister tie ya say allegation say one of party members we no say no or catch Attorney General say Brandon Fanny here and I say no ka say omo CID they are under investigation and here there so cry who say me no tie say bo bidin allegation say when we say here and one say me catch honorable minister say me buy no this is what I've heard and immediately the investigative bodies will start investigation and ensure say the right thing has been done and must be done because Brandon yembra na say Brandon so ye djuma see ya hwe ne amfa Brandon ye djuma krom ha they be assign ebe no be kasa sa no I don't know no na ye nyama na ss nti aban we de honorable Amakofi Bua no wa fato no say kwan bia obefa so a kwan bonu so ye fa so tu ye fom agudie no ye be jai ne afa kwan pa so no de education na ye be koso no aye se na be ya ye be sesa fi ye nyama suban bone ho na afi ya fa suban pa na afi adan ode no ye tumi etu fom agudie ankopon de ehira yen na ye nya ho fa so wofa ade ba kono so a ye pese ye ne se na cooperatives ne se ye no ye training omo a ye momo the requisite documentation omo de ya de formal training no the 80% of their income no at the mark cooperatives no
okay
upon all the government support in terms of logistics na dey na no ye momo 80% of what they've gotten and then 20% na aka no you making sure say 15% will go to that community.
Okay.
And for example, say adesso na omutu mine na na yaba anase bia Kessben cooperative association omo ha. They making sure say hana mutu we no. Breaking day bia no 80% will go to cooperatives no. The 20%, 15% will go to the community.
There's a community no so ebenya ho
faso. Ebenya ho faso.
Say ye adwuma no asase so.
Ye adwuma no because when we say asase bia wura. And 5% will go to the chiefs. I war or then 5% so ebe call for reclamation. Now say reclamation we need better no. You making sure say ahemfo no de nipa ba ko beba. Now government so de nipa ba. Mineral commission agriculture ya form committee. Omo na mo behwe say then development dey say enfanye. Ebia community ni here nsuo. Omo hia allow le kwan. Omo hia hospital. Ni sa we nya no. You be making sure say 5% no ebe den ebe sa developmental project no. Over 5% so be ko aban to omu. Now 5% so aba cost them. Or only the monetization making sure say you monitor every step on the way. Ejuma moye, your corporate department so making sure say they are complying with what we have taught them. And of a ban way I so say a crime bonnier for so 2 years for my good year see a jai. I say I don't know I say you 2 for my good year community bia. I say community in your home for so. Oh, I say we young for so say I don't know ye school papa wo community no hospital papa wo wa se obi enyem na anadwe ko so ya na se bia owo ka obi na se ye de no ko hospital e benya doctors o metumi ahwe omo wo but unfortunately no bebe ye tu for magudie no o kwa na e deplorable hospital papa ni o school papa ni o so papa ni o monom ni ade nyanta ban we are to say ye be the right in there ade na sad developmental project we nyina no enkoso so na be ya timemfo no ombo say o e fo magudia na ye tu ye assasses no I don't know dey no the development brain
right my message in kakra na ye nto so was golden boy Anas Mamponten very offer you are doing a great job thank you offer I'm interested in the Galamsey fight. The NDC government is doing far better than the previous MPP government. Now Naimos is doing well if you see what they are doing. So very soon, Galamsey activities will come to an end. Okay. I say talk is cheap. Galamsey is still unprecedentedly going on. It is just a matter of changing the doers to their political affiliates from a free Asafo and all the way to a free Ebaye. Okay. So what is responsible cooperative mining? But the Mama and NDC has failed. NDC has disgraced the CSOs, Kali Bishops, etc., who supported them to win the 2024 general election because of Galamsey. Why can't Mama declare a state of emergency first? Stop the Galamsey before introducing the responsible cooperative mining. Entry Ibuesiakon, or also the area where they buy, no. I say, offer, good evening, please ask the NDC man for me that all those illegal miners they have arrested, are they all Galamsey campaigns? In opposition, Mahama said when he comes to power, he will give amnesty to those who have been arrested by Ranado. Today, how many campaigns have they arrested? Enti dear obi di obusei. Ebi hu say kade na you declare state of emergency mo bi enyai. Na ye kirikira manfo se no be responsibly a na afi obi e koya ne usafi de obi a oye bi ye ni ye. Omo kasa na mampeni kire say there are avenues to bit must stop what no without declaring a state of emergency. What can I say?
Yeah, Wofa, because when we say state of emergency, no, Wofa, so be share krana, COVID-19 by declare baby or what, say na woke ya, there na we nyai. And see, Wofa, it is not about declaring state of emergency, because all declare state of emergency now, that's still ano, want to solve a problem now. The problem will still be there, but what did I make ano? And you know. Say you are going to suya. They are here in the past now. I'm boy, well, it's not the first time I hear declare state of emergency. Under the previous administration, they declare state of emergency. Even most of the small scale miners for no band or more vocal or more licenses. But no, they know shred ye jay and shred ya abe. And there about way can say state of emergency. You do pempenswa. I say declare state of emergency. Say pempenswa I want. I say a lot of education echo. Now you making sure say your security agencies ensu ye adwuma. Now say making sure say embrano so no ye adwuma. Onunti na say ano under the leadership of His Excellency John Mahama, any honorable minister for lands and natural resources. Ye ne a police for, a soldier for, prisons. CSO for na say no mo ka ho. Mo media for so am ka ho. And all the agencies, security agencies no, you know maboma o ma forming nambusa. O mu gusu a. Ti say o ma say bia illegal mining e koso ha. Na o makọ o mu make sure o mu konso o mu make sure say o mu ti o mu nja ho nko. O mu station enkofo ho ha. Monitor say sadia no enko. Ti wo fa me no ka say bibia yakobia na musa akọ akache nkofo bia. Me no ka say illegal mining enko so biom. Say bia me wo unless you give me a contrary view say bia won say na musa akọ aka sarande ache enkofo ha na wo ko bia 1 week time na say 2 weeks time no won say another Galamsey ekoso ho. Bibia na musa ache nkofo bia no o make sure say sa activities no ebechai. And you know, Abanwe is committed to ensure say ye kwa ye fa so boni a ye fa so etu ye fom agudie no ye be make sure ye be jai. And you know, ye ni omo small scale managers no a lot of education no mo ye engagement ye fa kwan pass omo fa kwan pass a omo de betu fom agudie no. And wofa so obi ka kire me say e bia ye ba no ye ka say ye be che campaigns na ye ma omo ye we no ya mo ye adwuma wofa de tini say me no ka say wo be ka ya osu no o ka say na mo score ho Emma, one of the campaigns, I say, or the Sika, ba be maomo, 100,000 Ghana cedis, or be kai winner. Yeah, you know, and ya like a gallop. What to say? Ye no, allegation say a soldier for no AG Sika. That be, ye won't pay becho. Me no kasi, and kofu bebre wa yachi omo campaigns one people bebre yachi omo. You know mo any embrano any omudi. But the thing is that so uchi nipa na any your democratic dispensation. Ye ni tete na soldier for eru na uchi na nakoto guard room. Enye sambre ne wom. E say uni mpoko say embrano ye dey. Any nidi. E ti say na wo sketch omo a. Ye court process ntina me no ka say honorable minister any attorney general collaborate na yetumi ate tribunal we no ni na ya de ebe boa process na omo aye chi omo no omo ne mbra no ne ombedi wo se wodi fo ana se we a na sabi ya hide am wo insawom na oda ho na onya nu ho a na fe waba
sisi amonamo amoye sancheche gram say fo na mu de omo mutibusho mo kwa amunya omo no omo kasa
ye kwa no omunya kasa se na me ka che ono se enye ye sorry ane yakọ se bia ye ko ye ni mineral commission there were all the regions mining ewo eti mineral commission for no ani ahemfo no nya kasa kire because ahemfo no na anim omo tu sa fo magudie no wo pepenso a area ho a mo tu sa fo magudie no wo no enti ye ni ahemfo no nya engagement ye ko before e be ko no ye wo team a edikan ko ene ahemfo no kenya kasa kire se mo e pese e ba ne small scale miners for benya kasa kire ene omo nso ama e da omo fo se omo betumi aboa omo nyina no na yetumi hia omo ento omo e sada na afi ye ne municipal chief executive no ye ne EPA for mineral commission for water commission for blue water guard for na arokos e nyina ya bom baako na afi ye gathering na afi ye no monya kasa kire na all so far no wofa so far no kasa kire ya nyina no megidi say enche dia ohun ni sesi ano esubetwa because etumu say ye start cooperative na say ye monitor na ye make sure say omo ye the right thing na wofa ye beko yenim ewo form agudi aye.
Is there a dedicated source of funding abetwe sika bi ato e ode yesade
abetwe sika so na nsia wonu say budget ye na was for 150 million Ghana cedis omo dey fight this so na arcos so mama we a ono so egu so na the thing say before kwana ye bet cooperative no be start no na make sure say say you ma to mbeko nyina no aban na sponsor
okay
in terms of logistics on be hia dia ye adwuma no ano so aban be make sure be support wo mo na ye wie so a anything na say 80% goes to them then 20% also 15 go to the community no for developmental project any ahemfo na ade na aban so the 5% at all for taxes ya de na 5% so aba arcos them onu bi na ebe you should reclaiming asase no because senka tete no omo ye community man nka omo wie na nka omo ye reclamation nka ofa hu se na asase asesa eti ade bakwa yesua pa ne say before you move akọ one stage no and I say you be try another 25 acres amom no say reclaiming asase no ye nye say reclaiming ka na dey ato sa ebi o asase o kwesi am no ka so call western offer ye o kro bi e friend no so aman dadie so wa MC no wo no ye call ye no engagement if minus on ye omo ne call omo site you know omo ne call site no omo reclaiming asase no bebre enwo ahihye ya omo to a lot of seedlings omo bedua be kube ni other we o ha eba be boa nti sa na expect say obia to sa we na I don't know no be say yen sase say nyina no ye reclaim a de fa so be san de aba ama yeah yon so mudi echi o so mo ba no o ma be ton because Wofa me no ka say ye na nanom mudi enim kan no en ko mo ye sa en kan ma be ton and ya reho say ye ti krom ha na yen sase asset to this extent yen suo asset to this and suo so na ye no and them no ka say tedibity of our water crown and Ghana Water Company is your home they are assigning new tax abano. It is incumbent on our concept. Say you be making sure say akonya bi ebenye biano ye dey education no ebe cut to the ground. Need to be making sure say we are doing what government expect us to do. And na Wofa me no ka say na me no ka no e be ko bia mo GFF so etie yen sam no omo so mo ka de ha omo and you so making sure they are ebro yen so no ye de kama minister e ma minister san ko e ka yen etu be hwa na say minister e ko western region e ko nsunsu anu ne nkofo bi kaka say baby omo wo no omo mfi ho na say yan che be last week say last week minister e ko to e making sure o ma won say obi bia o ti nsu anu bia no o ma no 1 week on fi ho me no ka say after 1 week so mo kona say omo wo ha and dem brand no mbedi
okay
enti Wofa we are committed to ensuring say responsible way of mining no ye beye say na beye because I don't know Ghana for the 2 million shensa and we don't have any excuse to tell Ghanaians I don't know the 4 years and say ye ko Ghana for say monsa ma ye 2 million embra o be say say tumi ye failure o be ka chen say ye ma mutumi ntumi anye enti say tumi ye say na beye say 4 years time ye sakọ Ghana for wa o betumi ni 2 million as I share yensa.
Okay, mamia message kakra na fe yemra ebe wrap up fa ediken Master Planner Junior or policy analyst from Kintampo. There's something like responsible cooperative mining. They can pretend to be educating the Galamsees and they will also pretend to be listening. Of this government is the biggest enabler of Galamsey. Honorable Kolendada is still walking freely after he allegedly incited some youth to attack Naimos. Honorable Joseph Yami, Abanga, Oscar Labi are all allegedly the Galamsey kingpins in this government. What happened there, Muhammad Dan? Look at how this gentleman is sweating in air condition. Kasasa, are you sure he's sweating? Okay. Right. All this sweet talk is not what is on the ground. We are tired of these lies in our faces. What then will be his response to the current situation in Ahafo, Estifi South to be precise? A team from the Minerals Development Fund was in Ahafo Romso to close down a community mining site in June this year. Some 2 weeks after that operation, the Chinese moved in. They have started mining actively from a community mining site to Nadamunsa Mining Company Limited. How will he explain that? The youth here are dejected about that situation. They were promised free mining, not take over. Hello, Mr. Host, Abdul Karim from Wenchi. Why the MPP? Okay, this is not about something that we are talking about this evening. Why is this man still talking like an opposition communicator? These NDC guys are not serious at all. They are saying they are not buying Galamsey gold. So where is the Galamsey gold? Who is buying it? Offer, tell him they are in power, so they should stop talking plenty and work. I make a last one, Mina Ebreno enti na yemfa NC. Okay, also the other buying, so something that we are discussing. Finally, Juma ya mo shasi mo mrebi amama mo ho say within this time frame o say timi so aba.
Wofa Mr. Obi na one of your viewers here ka say Ahafo. June no
community man here close no. We are say the match
because we were there just last month. Until I'm a bit confused of what he said. Because if he can come back again, so if he crop
say side countryman from a half watch this year.
Because I know I say Nancy about I'm say last month or so. Sir, Honorable Colonel Asema okay say na owo South Africa, African Parliament, you know. MP na ofi German is in North, no. Esutifi no, Esutifi North, no. When we say Amenoka say he's facing the law. Since assembly see ya pe na minister a petition speaker of parliament. ɛna IGP invite no ya toto na num nsama ye gu so ye say embrano ni di a I mean ye ne be court na embrano ni di enti say abambi betwe mu a wo say Tano forest akonta mining any forest commission for ekun omu edi asase a omu nkura katai say so omu ko forest worker ye from egudi adwuma me no ka say forest na assess ya me no ka ntino aban we die no this is one say we na ko ho na must be kwa kachi omu na embra no we di enti ya or no ka yamin no ka abanga e me ka kire o say aban eti say omu get involved in the ya embra no omu di enti no embra no apart from embra no there be no for betumi aye won't you guys was so mu a wo de no go to prison ono so wo say a ono so beka because allegation ohun so ono oye ade na wo ka no enti na say ye hwehwem na ehun say ana allegation e de to no so no reality and say just allegation enti wo for me sure boss say after investigation no so mu di for embra no no mbedi because embra no ye embra na say embra no so ye adwuma wo man mu a
finally my question more time frame bia mo de aba mo ho ya betimi ebu nkompo so within this time frame no but I pesi e do no
oba arcons de ba ya we are to say by 2 years to come no you be a lot of improvement e wo yensuonsuo mu now wo hwe honorable minister so de bia no or field I will make sure say he's not sitting in the office and you know what for the 2 years at you say at least to me and Danny yensuo nyina be at least 70% of our water bodies will change because Ghana for the 2 million shares. They are expecting us to do it. And you know, you need any excuse to tell Ghanaians and say, you want to man to me. I say yes, I do. And you know, yes, Anna, you have to say education in church, by 2 years to come. No, who say you should know, and ya adane. Meno kasi Muamun Papa yatiti. I'm so no. Yeah. That's all call a Kuma first or call a river a combra. Or call and say, wow, dear, see. And I'm sure no, and yet you guys any none in Yadane, but baby, no, Janano. No, so they're not Serbia. Now, or they check on a phone to know when you're a sign, a chess 10 months to 11 months here by ye Guswa ye Juma, a year for to say, sure no, any better. And you offer by 2 years to come. No.
Right. I mean,
yeah.
And I see
you miss me that was
also 2 years to come.
Yeah,
2 years by now.
Yeah, I remember
your video.
Yeah, my boss now original TV
no
I see what for a best say small scale money for no. You fa kwan paso. Ni you fa 2 years for me good year no. Nya media chain. I see a 2 for me good year no. Ni nya ho faso.
All right.
Na etumi nya impuntuo wo community ho no because ya brese nya me ache ya de a sa ade na yakopon ache na say ke se nya ho faso no ono mo na edi nya nti e besre ye fa kwan paso no ye fa ntu ye fa magudie na don ode no ye nya benya ho faso o man so benya ho faso
right Rajon for our CP senyumre bai opani ani di nkomo Rajon afọ one ye head of communication or Kasama responsible cooperative mining and skills development program aso ya ma de si o say ade hye tu asase magudie no a ye ntete wo mo nkyerem se na wo be ye ni yie na wo sensu ene nsase no na etimi aboho bai makro no wo ye so adwuma no wo so edi eso emfaso ha de device di kan si dan utia waba e ba hwe wase ho sem ne o mampani mahama akasem wase basic education ya to atwene ya to na jeje mu na korandu SSA adesua no na ye den de amano be ho asem waka the office of the special prosecutor is still relevant in the parliament omwakasa ho se yeseska waso ye ho ye hu de oye de gofa ba ina se nura okochi Martin Pegbu na ohwe mara ugina so de chi no no a lo ya fori nyina a kire se da bi papa no ni tumi ne de ama no no wo de ye adwa hofo dan ho ba abodwafo betrase na eno nso ye de honkomo e ba sisi a
but it also emphasizes the issue of foundational learning. But it also emphasizes the issue of foundational learning. One of the major things that has taken place in the last several years is the neglect of basic education. Inability to send the capitation grants, ensuring that we have quality teachers at the foundational level, at the basic level, because it is that level that prepares the child for secondary and tertiary education. And once you don't get that level right, you will just send the child through a conveyor belt like a factory. And when it comes out at the end, it will be picked out by quality control and said that this one did not do well. Recently, the West African Exams Council has released the results for the last West African School Certificate Examination. And as the Honorable Minister has said, it has become an issue of great concern to government, parents, and the public at large. I was speaking with the minister, and I've asked them to do an analysis of the examiner's report to try and decipher what could have gone so disastrously wrong. It is mind-boggling that with the same teachers, the same factors in play, just from one batch to another, one batch, does so disastrously. And so we need to get to the bottom of it. Recently,
Find social media on here to so the punch. You may be in our here or Kessben Television Society and call Kessben 93.3 FM so or here TV so multi TV decoder and also your DSTV channel 364, Gold TV channel 121, or call Facebook so about Kessben TV and our Kessben FM with must stream live. In our second segment, let me cano the following standard of education and we ba na eba from na se ni ehu ya wasi so ya nkoda no wie SHS koye ehunso aso ba na otwetwe mu no e na ama Ghana akoba se yentre yi na de eba no enkoyie kra se akora wie senior high school no betimi akọ suapon mu a e also onya A1 up to C6 na we subject se core mathematics a enkoda no omunya A1 up to C6 enu 50% e 48% yes omo entimi ntoaso afi no edo so chen omo a omo betima toaso na ofa subject say social studies a ade anan kwara omo modern pa afi about 27% kwara na control so he no se uche mu enan a na uyi ba ko a omo fail omo nya F9 se hon de eno de se enye kwara mass no kwara de omo nya F9 I think 24-25%. So just saying there 27%. I just say, oh yeah, there will no mass ye in a show hono. We also social studies in here. We can not cabrofo English pass so dear, but English now far better than mathematics and social studies. It just say, oh my, your man or maybe SHS afi no. The top from bringing and say, omo entimin toason kosua pomu afi no. Edo so chain omo bitimi akọ. Ebi nsi da, se bi esi da obi nkai me. Neno ena ye busubsa ya ho se de na atochima ebisi a cherecherefo no a ebisi nkwala no TikTok social media bay ebi so echere se double track baaye ebi chere se de nkwala no sua no do sorodo yente so we ena ye bedi ho nkomo fa edi kan mu wi a ni ahwe office of the special prosecutor omo so djuma omo eye pedifo a eno omdi djuma fa so so enu eye Dr. Abraham Jemfi or lecturer onim the fourth study or Amstead Akenten Appiah Menka University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. Train your friend Amstead now call baby. Sarah Sonora Kingsford, who's answer a financial consultant and a counselor. Omumi no way in chain enumerate. Ya iwibuso mo di omo hunu ya Ghana by a trente noa and webway. Doc Akwaba.
Already, so remember when my cancer, my kakra.
Sir.
Yeah, say, me could see me, my man. Me now quite cancer, man, chere, Adolfo,
okay.
Into my cancer.
Oh, microphone.
Good. Into mechanism. Yeah, no say, like a be a lassie. Okay, that penny your weapon in one hour. Babu, I got my easy. Yeah, me. But yet, the bassy. The number vitamin very early. The number in the team, Domiabra. At the Carazo, and you know, say, be a lassie. He said, you can't want it.
Sir.
I'm the Omoti. Yeah. And I think, say, back to the substantive issue I can was resource Abba. Resource Abba. And she be an BC by and not the home comma in a wasiaba. I think, sir, we will have to take some time. Now, you about this WASI resource and how it is generated. If I don't compare WASI resource interpretation to BEC, now different no research for the BEC, you can say grade now opinion does not show what you can do. It depicts your placement within your group. But WASI need the opinion not what you can do. And to be A1 na excellent, not just in the modern bono, excellent. But I would to be is Ubinya one. And the modern one excellent. No, what the net to turn for no one. Why are they asking Modo? That's how the interpretation goes.
Okay.
Now, you use sister one friend the criterion reference interpretation. And now, Madi interpreti was a resource.
Okay.
And to do be a benya beyond you to meet Naso Castle, wo modern bo say na eti. And nunti answer na resource be never castle resource, you beg ya tumono. You will be na say, it will be a castle, it should be valid. You can't validity, and I just say, the yade resource no ye nin church no say papa. So binya A1 ye betumi akasa ni A1 na wanya no nti betumi aye side ye we. Se nipa na ntumi anya side na so wanya A1 to me na resource na ye papa. And even before this time, there were traces of evidence that ye we invest in who say resource now kwara na de ba no. E wo mu say ye, but we interpret and as what they hear the SSA what they na wunya enya appropriate. Obi to me nya A1 say o massa we expect so to me ye adebi. So when to me anya you begin to doubt the results. The unfortunate aspect is in the past. Now ye praise results no o my yadu, but we were not checking other indicators. There are higher numbers no we mo see this percent is 78% we manya A1. So near beside was a moment A1. Can they do what A1 can do? We were not asking. That the year need who so or my pass or my pass or my pass. But ye are not your assessment near who said I say evidence a support to resource no in New York. I did be my say a answer when say cast a resource be a papa. There should be that kind of consistency. A corona when you're A1, what decide your corona commander, and so to me, yes, A1, I saw one home modern cacra. And until you hear any constructs say their resource now, is it a true reflection of our corona Casan performance? You will never be brain effective validity back on aim of practice. Say, Ubi Korea, Sanyo Man, a corona be passed there, but on to me near the SSO day. In fact, aim of practice has been one of the critical issues affecting an examination and answer education in Ghana. There were evidence be bro me kai one time be me call na yende na BC me call center. Me se me call hia de ho akeke. Nti nkran be call afternoon paper no mka che teacher for say ye cool. Na we dey am man emrant na akọ na chei. Teacher for na ma emfa emrantem.
I see.
Na ba akọ na de chei.
Just say questions no ma so ba mo mo.
Emrantem na ba akọ na de o ma na chei nti o ma ntumi antworo hwe. Inti sakura ni wie na onya A1 na ade betumi agina so han say A1 na yo no ane de ne say obetumi aye de A1 ne ye no we ye no so fi ho a say obi a pass elective maths. You cannot fail commerce.
Really?
No, you can't fail commerce. If you get A1 in elective maths, there's no way you should fail commerce. When you fail commerce, there's an indication say A1 na onya elective maths na nya wo there. So pass English, there's no way you should fail social studies. Because this construct, they are correlated. Omo ben ho, utumi ye we ya, at least should be able to do the other. And no ti say no many nyina no na e indicate such as a results now in the past no. You be worried, But we're not looking at that. We only praises the percentages. Oh, my yadi, oh, my yadi. And until the SCNA cannot be different from the in the past. Your president say if basic education. Yes, it is the factor, but we cannot attribute that to the SCDCA. So last year results near papa there, and this year the end to mean basic education there, because just 1 year cannot flop. Basic education and in Colombia basic education and papa and no one addition much roy. Into say basic education is a factor there, and not just exams say some time past nina results nanya papa. It can't be only this one. And for me, I believe it is true. In my results, you can say, Bible, in 2003, Ghana participated in international exams from the teams. Trained in international mathematics and science study.
Okay.
The first time Ghana acquired some mass exams, country 7 in number 48, Ghana also 47th. The next year, you call the country back one into 47 by near Sandy 47 now.
Wow.
Now it doesn't tell you say Ghana for you need mathematics, but the kind of maths I use Sebi young farmer. This year, dear back when my results you say teachers now do now have questions never long teacher come to me.
A application
My memory example. Say a Chromian son, Abia, Kofi Krum, a Mansa Krum. Kwame Krum. Woman in school. In a hand for the shares, you in school, but a percy school, young Kwani Paba come to Mincy. Nti Chromian say percy this school nisi, baby, I bet what would be a self school near fancy here.
Yes, up at the center of that triangle.
A geometric construction.
Aye.
Now, some question way that
draw
perpendicular by sector. No, baby, appointed me and Sunday base
construction.
That is a construction. The teacher no can say construction, put up a work on why. And this year question was so much different, and I think that's the way we should go. In fact, I like the way the trend of questions in the I don't hear the bubbler. When I say, yeah, maybe a video no be besides a pi square, yet the year then your pesica. It was very sad. Yes, rectangle, say, lantern we are swinging, yet the year then. And no one near the total see, but Nipado was sending them. And you say, one man lantern's bread, find the area to show a bay amount. But you catch and so be persuaded 20 them with tiles into one wire, not Ranaya.
Wouldn't say, because a carpenter need be cha dear. Ucha, I could see a bafom, no the back one beam. And then Busan saying, the Ucha is saying a lantern near saying, and I do chance saying near saying, and I'm seeing us, just in which way, and which way not be see anymore, and son of the way not to anymore as a soup. Now I'm saying, so wouldn't we lenter, and so to me who lenter will try the atoha. This is a simple Pythagoras theorem. But you say the practicality in free the issue of school. No.
Into questions in your yes, I know. They will be but
your mom who says a trend I ever been. Because me and my questions need be applications on
another challenge I want to say there's a gap between WAEC and NACA. You see, NACA is responsible for our curriculum.
National Curriculum Assessment.
National Council for Curriculum Assessment.
Aye.
You see,
WAEC can trust it.
I got the opportunity to go to WAEC to ask them how. Oh, and they were saying, so, NACA for netness, the questions as I said, but no. Now, I went to NACA, they said a different thing. Say, WAEC is responsible. Into there's a gap. As at now, WAEC, you can say in normal ever buy exams because they are supposed to know say this year. It's different from WAEC curriculum, it's different from the NACA curriculum. And until to me as actually the way but we exams no because the teacher should have known say this year questions say nebeye and until say watch that kwala say. The unfortunate thing in our country they say there's a gap between teaching and assessment. They are actually no and assessing kwala no. And until they do exams to be a quite fast and impression because we see exams to be a warfare. Because at the year, we bet then our classroom, and yan one baby exams are going to be failing. And until the Nkwalano didn't know, say this year exams, no, this will be the trend. So it took everybody by surprise. That is a factor. Another factor, I'm going to say, when we are told, say this year, more practice, no, I say ehu kakra ba mu by minister ka say why be che onu ye be yi wadi bra 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 ntie bi a teacher for na ntumi anye ni nyina ka ni nyina boma there was a fundamental problem ni nyina ne say our basic education has failed to render basic education. The effort in basic education, it is not giving basic education. Because a basic education, I don't think free and compulsory. So one to me and could be kurano, some new way they would to me qua, who bet to me about black. Until me say and who say kurano we basic education. One knowledge level, a year called building up, every secondary school that were infant. That's none. There's none. In terms of resources, in terms of nyoma yediko money, ni nyina no ye asset focus ni nyina akwa ye secondary school. Asset ye nhyɛ dan hwɛ basic ni ye. Enu nti oya no the teachers have nothing to do than to also let them go through. Because ane na buy or the nesa no their secondary school and no their to be university. Enu nti yes, I agree with the president to say foundation is the most important thing. See to me build the foundation ni ye to us wa yemle enunti yenhwe the kind of teachers they will be in our classroom. In fact say no man ye kan we nyina e kwa kopie because teacher ni no say nipa na ko university baby no say baba so baba chira de nti se wan to me antiti ni ye or the nesa de go through wa baby they come back to follow the system again. Enunti yenhwe textbooks. As teachers have complained about textbooks for some time now, as to whether say a provider and not say a provider is an issue. We should go back to a system, yebema assessment, teaching in real life. Not that kind of root learning, else 2S plus 1 year. I think we have to turn down.
Okay.
Now, able to me aboa. Now, say issue way I believe it's a enye in AC. Evidence of what has been happening in the past.
That's it. Dr. Abraham Jemfi lecturer said that what's in Kano. I'm going to kiss for the Amani. So Canadian wanted to the end of the 7 O level, A level, the end you be new.
18 years. I was a teacher. So I'm few class be 18 years in but yes, you know, me and never one. Me de one. We see Sierra Ghana Kasa, but ni here pano yenye. Titu ya manufacturer, the talk, but reality, the here pano yenye. Musa question be. Say a kwama no near. Titu US, UK, omo yusu omo no. So we free junior high ko senior higher. A kwama no for some kono. Omo here this type of exams ana. I was say why can baby. No set questions. And na obi tell baby no ko answer. I happen to hear the boy can say questions no why ko syllabus na ko faso or certain the onko. And na school hankasa so mo the onko. How? I didn't know basa. So why I can answer the questions no? What set questions no? Why won't they? Set questions no? Is it teachers or why I can stress no musati?
Why I examine CBA teachers?
Are they teachers?
Yeah.
So they don't know. Say I don't know set no. You in classroom. Umuni because set questions like why no more retreat no more jetum. And you know. More much like class one teachers and when you say, I did wait, yen channel class go. But you said, come and set. Not that I say, Nien channel, one answer. How? Me say. And ye curriculum na ye you know, ye different. Why I could go to you different? How?
I don't think the curriculum is different. Pattern of question.
Pattern no. I was say match because who access me. I would meet home. Me mention 1+1. What's work for story? And now 7
That was the problem.
How would I solve it?
Kind of call mass now. All the questions were problem questions.
So how did I solve it?
And the
why I can
say without using a pair of compasses, construct the line from AB, which is 10 centimeters. AC 10. See, we are draw a locus, which is perpendicular, but 112. I don't know. But the daughter my very practical. So I did not construction actually. Also, young channels.
Mathematics teacher no, or sends a question called my wife or no. The classroom, that's not children. One chance.
I be sure so be on over channel.
Now, what about others? Eddie, or saying you won't who share generality near echo so. Now that's other questions. Who teacher him say? Yenny ye war a crabias hono. Sad way will be answering. But what says ye may answer? How will you answer? You may answer. How? It don't. Enimbo ha ye Ghanaians no ye na ye dey wo because ye me wonwa me I read one of course me kura me ntiase so mbano wa that ase ye dey school dey na ye 1+1 dey dey ku wa pass square blah 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 ni a work dey ko e na ne ye e dey unja di na ba e ba no adwego na ko wa bi ba nei mo di ba dia me ba no owo senior high kitwano die no say no ye no in fact we mu die omunye sa mu no so hwe nkitwa na omo akire no a
say
questions no ye say
medwa no sa critical thinking no o ma start wo yes
so ade na omunye nuru ye no wo de mo omo so mo ye
2 years ago and omo shase now is it that subject was is it it's not social studies but because social studies so is it me refeeding no I say omusuya bibi say types of dressing. Morning dress, celebration dress. Yeah, church say okwa sorry say unye yi a isi tuntum we but today no munim say exam so ba the baby say let's be 4 types of dressing. Be at the edg ani, the ediko yi. But almost start is a critical learning no. We a question busa omo na. Busa say obi na na down for be a friend say or ye wedding to omra. Ofiri ho a obekọ na down for being so 1 week into describe and near be kire atare kra that is they say o master
wo mu de ye de kire wo mu
it is not your progress
na me ya va kire me afa me ya kire me sa yes me list na me explain it di me list me explain it to catch you the question mommy a me tra ho amade a kire me kai O level at economics. Forget the word. You see, I don't know the night before exams. No, 1 word per. Me kuana me answer that question. You buy your no music amount. Question the whole question way 1 word per. And yesterday I listened to another radio. The word anatomy. Obviously the whole word. No, I don't tell me be shame. The whole word to answer.
Onim anatomy.
I'm not what you be that. Eti, I confused. But we nature say not to answer knows. They could have answered it. Eti, you see, and Ruwa. One more would ye chin at the moment. You won't answer that question. But ye ain't say, you know, ye found my yen. Besides that, no, from ages, from present government. Basically, my primary jato. I did. They don't get vote from there.
Hold on, come back. God, president, they no kind.
Many yard drain. Many yard drain.
Basic, no.
So what's no? Some second term ni. The first time buy no. Na tension ko ho. Oh yeah, go to aso. Because politicians where they will get vote, that's where they normally tackle. University, senior high. Primary, go to Assem.
Baby, how many register?
Go to Assem. The whole school is there.
Right. Then is your qua.
Then is your team.
Ko bantama
state boys. State boys. Not a no. Na ye good school. State boys, state girls. Na ko he. Obian team. Ye gina ye ko private school. Because aban ko aban ba no. Ye neglect that basic no. Se omba dia omonko ye. Nafe schools no. Ye so bia man ye pe. Look, go to Prempeh. Everything is there. Ko Bontefo, ko Adangumase, ko Yamuase, ko Enyinasu. Get on. And we expect them all assessment yepo. Or your science are ni ho ye sa opoku ware labs be 9. Enyinasu there's no lab, but or your science. Do you expect them to get the same grade? President Koyi ARDB. Now Anglican Science school cases are by ne. He did drew. Now call Jamasia. Then schools are by ne Jamasia big school. Oko Hudiuma. Then big school and a good video and see.
Model schools.
Model schools, no.
This
should be at least one. Now, kakakra. So we are to a but now, Kenya big schools will be here.
Me I say, Doc, my Miss Ambra also. Mampeni di na pesi ehwe. Was it basic no ya to na twene. E no kre. Se so hwe baby ankora ne esua de o primary. Ene GSS na enko yie kra. And I know, is it a Hantamai SHS? Headmistress such as said, I could about Kunya aggregate 14 and what they buy. Now, all your economics exams, the dean crowd to me antro. The dean crowd to mantro. You hear Munwa, that say, BC or the 14 day, will teach an EBD on a boanoa, to me try. Secondly, I said, we're not Dr. Duchum Eka. About so your research about West Africa countries here, no more yet was in one. Oko Nigeria say JHS no any SHS ni nyina bom e wo the same place in the science lab na SS4 no ekọ no JSS4 so ekubi teachers na akwasi eta no the obeche O level bi a literature no on e kire English e wo A level iti ma ho no gap na da JHS ni SHS tem no e ye close ba oba ye ha why science about atwa we JHS but science lab kora no owura ho bi da ndo de ba SS1 konya opoku ana prempe bi na sa ne mani ni one e ko to school bi say na no man kraso for course semi finals national maths and science yesi ye you try science lab by test tube kora bi nsi ho test tube bi nsi ho uhun sa semo amampeni ken what do we have to do basic no enye to nya pass BC no ba no aso gum saa na kikiri saa yesokoye wase no wentwa hunu say
yeah I think say BBA na ashas the foundation we have current basic curriculum na you use na ya advancing over the past first na ke elementary school near elementary school ya moko bi no medium anko bi but near per se eye papa nti ne de HS no ebe replace SS no
eba JSS ne dan GHS
ne nyina wo hwe curriculum objectives na anka wo soro sa nipa ne wi a ade obetumi aye na se eye ko soro sen before but what are we seeing and the issue ne nyina ne say ne ya ka no resources are nipa no be use no eni ho bi me kai mi beto me ko JSSD ne bi man ko H ne bi me ko S ne di ne bi we had our workshop
technical skills technical drawing
blah. Even at that time near teacher for papa baby so much as compared to ne but now kwala no commitment into one discipline we should look at that and the teachers not telling you say see so your homework fine one yan so in repeat will be a
akwala
nti manenko we the me school be a mechra dey akwara ba ko no ye wo mental issue kakra but because of the system into go through we are passing quite fast pass the minimum but passing the parent need no say akwara no could just because we minimum say nyada kwabet me secondary school nti no just to have school experience nti no on the na mu school kwara nyama exams once we do home kwara say man register BC or register or pass as to how she passed then that's not mean she then. And it tells us that we are not so much committed to basic education, especially when there was no cut-off point. Yeah, many people be but in no, not that's a cut-off point. One pass here, you don't have access to secondary school. Until obi a wabo the team so because secondary school bia no, and I can tell you there are a lot of people in secondary school say yes sir, host and come. I can tell you. Do now a secondary school CC and yes say yes obi a pass no obi an kontia anka bia kokosua adwuma but essence so say dey obi apase you free intino unya 40 ahan kwa bunya secondary school akone sanso ye free nko an de na me kwatena hobi onye wura secondary school nso anu so ye repeat because aban na bono ho kanti manu go through na register so what do you expect? What are we putting in? Into for me, one, we should check those who have access into second. Fine, side technical TV schools are very into if any parent cannot fit into the grammar school, you should say by yankan vocational technical school as MBA. It is this grammar secondary school here can have science near you. Into see if it's any cut off into when you are setting a year, secondary school here can Kobe, you can find yourself in TVET because it be a honor or more than one then ever. Ya ne sa na ebe boa amobi ya fine baby ya ebe fake no. That is why you make sure say no waka no. Books are the bachelor there. Resources, lab. Basic schools are implement our lab. Me sure okay me ka say me ka so obi ya ni bia e bia ni akoboa. Akra de e bi wo ho. Nti no dodo na ni bi. Nti kwan be so pon on fa social science. And a book mu de ye bi. Near draw a distillation, a book bim near well the books are now the Konyame Dom Nakasi and Nefa. Now they ran to secondary school now then.
So here or more GHS or science now. Question one year compository, a practical or draw a distillation, I say be evaporation, and I say sublimation, no I can say label, no more resource there, daddy. Do I contest it? You no antiase but why your book man was swan say no they can say sentia we your friend say no because ntino yen hwe books na feed akatua resources no teacher for yen power mo kakra yen say you see my child here in fact my child basic school for so many years before moving now in fact even to the public obi enya transfer from secondary school a basic school equal secondary school ne ma me kwada nyame ase say ene de nyame ade ne ba na kira de secondary school nti na kire say we basic dia na kire say nti that mentality ne kurampo no it doesn't allow them to give out their best yen hwe say be to me average ye can bridging the gap in terms of say be a public no but doctor can no ye time no na teachers aketua no na enye te say no
sure
and I can say I think say ene better
is
abre no
is better
seriousness no all the toto na dey no ho am say if you kakra dan temu
you see
because yeah time say who say teacher ni ba kokra wo car e wo secondary school campus so ana say oye ogoropa and so you see say ti comparatively enkaye but the wo kano ye feli akola ye mo akola ye nyenhwe social media as our account crowd there. Okay, chief examiner's reporter was say English sentence construction very poor.
Yeah.
Or throw how are you? How are you? No ye are and then you know ye you. Send on social media so no say no mo produce.
No who be our export X na port. Yeah. Because that's what they see on social media. And nini na eka hobby but nini na mo no. I think we can also talk to the parents. We are responsible for urban education. See, Jenny now come a school, this is school nya. Enya papa. You see, a socialization agencies no. Se ba ku failure the other will suffer.
Yeah.
Senti and the school every say family as an agent. I say the responsibility no.
Oh, there be. Oh, sorry, I'm not power.
Into yes, family responsibility no. According no, it should be another agent necessary okofa eto no ho e kan ono ankasa ne de no. So the school is suffering. It says akola or indiscipline will feel the school. Aban so nti no ase carefree obi e de opɛ that kind of life no on in namu obi wie school. Nti yemma some restrictions be, some discipline level be emre school mo. They at least you can you train as one you train as one. Now you say you cannot just go through. As I said, we only walk through the school keke.
Well, more than say it me repeat.
Yeah, so you be repeat. Repeat too.
It be with the crowd.
Yeah, repeat too. But say no, obi a go through ni there. Na then okusun ade ayede. Say no matter what obekɔ nanim no matter what obetro BEC de obenya secondary school then okosua
okay let's how is for you hear from basic dear no man penny dey okay who no say
me did say we decision so it's a dime the foundation in ya automatically a dani see no enkoyi we see we bu the basic in the here nani ya say aban discover wo dia because who hiska infrastructure when I say the best the entire private school edge we nyina no family fi no because do pa na ko wura classroom bi eye aban school classroom aba
teachers the teacher dey kura wura na wura
wa kura ko school kura oni nka oni nyenye because bia na wo ko kira de kura no ko yie na obeda ko kire e di wa kura ojina wo kire de no wo kire o but wa kura ne vim bia sa in this aban be pump money ewura mu a ama basic na gina na so a fine because in aban school na ye ken nyina no majority na ebra na inguraze o krom de oboya private kura ko de kuraze no so e onti ya hwe ya ye man pa on nyina so be se kwa because no bia me guy ba kwa in school the guy was very good. Mathematics in T. Gun life. Me share last week or ye be say. In fact, come yesu. You can't that time he never go class school no. He was one of them. But Thomas twice no failure no. Yes. And the museum say and the guy is a master no, nya master no go ntimi nkwana. But the life me share no but why reason I be all that things say in here say you shall say foundation ye na you build it but ni na say ye year me gidi say teacher for there me gidi say we have enough you will bring much one day me baba ko basic education to the master level they are there much are there but me ko school boy wo so mo baby enko ye enti sa president ke nanka ye be hwe next budget no ka private education dey ska be biri akọ ho books the enti ama private school no is come kwenu books o mina me wo child wo south mama ba ko na mama yensa na school two are very good first year do second year no me you kran me na me good two no we very good no call private school in fact me catch mama say me head teacher go be ba ko na ka ho because ye na ye nchere obon no no wan twa maka say ye de ni ma de kire
o ja ono ma momo abai school no
no
what do me no me ya de call private
ni nyina ne say no me ku school no so ni wan ko yesa cupboard cry ni be di buzo books kura bi ni ho na ye ntoma awofo nto books no mankwala no
gabi ne ba wo abai school dia
on ntoma no ba private wo tama no ndi aye say ha no nyina so private nyina first basic no abada ban so but I can just share responsibility parents ye mawo sa bia ye aban school mu no o se ye so ye fom die books a ye nto ba ye nto ye say aban school hwe ntade bi kura o be school kura be school kura no to kura tete no da ba classroom but oko private o to atade hwe no me gidi say basic we here aye nyina na ye boa aban wo ne fa ye awofo we fa in the failure aban no ye awofo obi ye ye obi ye obi kan because bi de ho a ye ma no ye serious ma wo mu o mu say ni obi ani abre kobo but opare ye odachi o me say me mba ye mdachi in the kwa bi aso me bakari nyina me make sure they learn paribu ha ni ma oni me yodampo odasa de achi no skato pua no ko sa akora me wada so onai onhwe no koda dabi awfo yenso yemmoa na yemma no adisuadusua no enko yie.
Social media, what do you have to say?
Ayasemo.
And now education minister say tablet ready akoma nkora no. Omre hwe pono.
And yen lock no. Can you lock it somewhere?
Yeah, you can.
So that you, certain site or ha okwa enko. What the amount of vesua the education size and I say a basso. But say ye jano sa say ye da mo mo nyon pedia. Indeed. On share because on fear show. In fact, our phone did kind. Mean your baby ni phone or the man ba na puna kwa nje. E wo so sa and then one good phone so akwa phone no hwe ko gallery wa the first on say I don't say attractive. E attractive akwa no be hwe. I didn't our phone keeps adding more phones. Now back hwe. Wo hwe wi a delete no. And I able of password to so that when unim ya delete through phone so but and crank it no omo die phone so no and no hwe na e ka ho wi a e be do nyina ho hwe that thing say the tete nyina ne say ye ma no social media ne die say ya ofa obeye den phone ko to ho a no ofa.
That's the teachers in so the omeka se koye research bia no so koye no phone so
ento baje ana yen so ye monitor.
You say ye jai book mu research.
Ye jai ye monitor.
Which is bad.
Ye monitor. AI dey enquire seven AI na say because AI can do anything for you. Odima wa no bo shi mathematics ko bo wa no ya ma. Edu go do exams wa AI ni ho ba ya ma. Na ya se wofro. There are things research a year but parents em may ni nko ye ma no. Ni omo your phone so no ye hwe time so a e ma kwara nkoda oni hwe ye wa nkoda e biti phone ho anajo midnight na akora o Jesus so osua de no phone ho no hwe midnight parent on phone. I think that yeah part of the world say technology never high you say you we don't know you think when say abubere so have to a local phone but ye nimpo bebre nim do not say akwan fire do bia na ode ko enti eno de say ye be kan wase woni aka ni yi a ye dachen ne wow but nyina ko wiem no ye mana is what feel your fire be mo den say 50% de ban ko school
ye ne nyina mene lecturer ba ko di nkomo no or say there is no way I invest be able bending the rules no say where nya creditor ye ma wa ba ya shim to mu nyina betra fie no ma twen for next year asa na ma tro that is very serious
do trust school kwa wantwa o tren wo sie wantwa o
bia o ba ko mi no bi no o ya shim
ba ko no na make ba ko no o tren school no wantwa
okay
wa ko tren fie no a won nya won ko onya asa school no.
I don't know betwa. Okay. But I say okay. But I say etie for no person o mbam tie ne be hwese be phone line. I mean can messages ne kakra. Parents be bre so o mu bi ka. TVTM. Good evening, fine your panelists. Both NDC and NPP have relegated the basic education to the background and have concentrated on SHS. So they should avert attention to the basic level. Father Escape from Kenya said and Odiwe and so a buyer. Of listening to most of the NDC communicators, it seems they are happy about the students' failure in the WASI. Their posturing and comments is so irritating. Is it because they don't want to pay free academic visa fee? Ghanaians are watching closely. Master Planner Junior. The problem is our schools, is the wholesale approach in our schools due to political election, a free asafo, and also a dear, I don't know. Golden Boy Anas also the failure in these schools children is caused by the double track. You see, out of 3 years in school, they stay home for 2 years and go to school just for 1 year. Could you imagine? So it's a learning problem. So the education minister should remove the double track so that the children can learn very well. Okay. So I don't know. Is it the first time? Why do you want to make politics out of this? One cast and croy we are not serious as a nation. When the children pass well, it's a problem. When they fail, it's a problem. The biggest problem of all is the political aspect. The children are failing because the country itself is a failed one. What is the president going to do about the basic school, or just a mere talk? Kwame or the Fritakwa and a buyer. Good evening, Offa. Please, Bahama is 100% right. How can you neglect the basic school, focus only on SHS, and expect good results? Everything SHS. Why? The condition of teachers in SHS is far better than those in basic schools. The students in the SHS are feeling better than those in basic schools. Over where on earth can this happen? Tell me. I can't tell you. Mr. Host, the students fail out to this in this examination due to the following. Students are not repeated if a student is not performing in his or a terminal examination. Now, students are dependent on APO. There were no textbooks for the students. Students of today have no respect for their teachers. Free SHS has given every basis BC student to go to SHS. Either the person qualifies to go or not, and required in Sunya Kutukum and all the way free by. Also, good evening, Offa. All eyes on WASI results. May I ask, what about the results of the Tibet schools? What I want to say is the real future of the nation has been neglected, only to focus on grammar. So the Dr. Kayan, let's set our priorities right. Orlando, Papa, Achuman Kransa, and Odway, so if free. But if I last one, Nafi, we say to me, Alpha Corsa. But good evening. What I know is that the NDC party, okay, oh, they are okay, they say politics be now, Teacher Eric, aka Obia here, Scaman, so atreso. Basic education is quality teachers, but in some schools, especially in the rural areas, some schools don't have enough teachers, but many teachers are still unemployed. So government should employ all unemployed teachers to occupy all the classrooms in the rural area to solve this problem. In fact, SHS, almost teachers pa. Just this, it's a Monday, and na Amansia West, DC Baha. Also, back in Pesuaswa, Krobia knew more teachers from class 1 up to class 6. Or say Amansia West, Krobia knew from basic 1 to basic 6. Also, Uti ye pan on you too. Wow, I didn't hear conditions are on yet. The mobile no more. Galam says, into that word thing. Also, high single room by 5,000 cities a year. Now I'm saying for no now teacher market to say a few could to 5,000. The mobile month now. The Akola no be fast basic school we no. Na your piano so on question. Why is this such a day no more virtual? Anyway, my main fa course no kakra. Na me se betie awofo ne about time person mo be mu no. Mo so mo dia mo no ye 0537. So number no was screen so 0537. Mala he number ni ye mame 0537 333-933 0537-333-933 eno na ofra ebetimi apeke wo na nso asem a wo ka bia no ye no enso edi nkomo odofo di kai abaso ye hwe se betin nka. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, boss.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, boss.
Your friend so ka say free
but fair max from the chef of
how about you too?
Really, assembly imagine about cry type questions and your answers to my inquiry. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Kasa meet you.
Me say, me from some office. As I'm to know why when you're A1, other subjects in so passive, but commerce and Kwamba. We can't dispute the first and crown or mother food, Shiadi, and Omunian of a very 2 million. There be the whole gun of Dia, Shiadi, Timasama. If there is anything on some country, which to me, not you, quiet, thank you to me, because really, I know you. Takrana board out about the I went to years.
Alright, yeah, that's it. Say our friend now on swatch our dream. Also, we also with me, Afre. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
If I was talking, say free.
The patron make us free. Atumakophobia.
Pacho, it's you.
Obey what a woman. Forget the normal or my thing. I know. Yes. Now, the only problem was the say. What was it? About the by said the Mokato man, the new for buyer. Who said, who's in a wood class here and a woman to the woman. So I also was not the hospital. So, say, Ghana ha a poor pension. G, Yeni a walk, Massy area Hano. G. Ali Beba. It will operate G. Not a big at the year politics. So, we are saying to the ability. Yes. It is about the man on the quarto. Who I am, my son, no man, no in our 2 days in the it's been enough a year. Meaning, says, I know my 80. And see, I buy about what they is someone walking. Ede, and you one more. Not school now, a boom the one page medication of any.
Say our friend now, so a charging and there and you bring. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
If I was talking, say free.
Master Polanagy and you can tamper.
How you too?
That's it. I mention a member of us. How about Juma? I mean, for Kenya, I mention former president, Nanado Dankwa, former vice president, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bonya. I mean, MPP delegation as at 31st January 2026.
Okay. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, KOD.
Wofa Kofi Appiah ni, Pacho me too.
Yeah, Pacho me Kasafi Laura.
How you too?
Yeah, and you remember mention the incoming president, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud.
Mr. Oba emechia ubia ye kan omasua ato ape ho asem. So odo be ye na hwan ya me yiwe free so. Mr. Moane enye politics ne ye. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Mbacho mitio.
Yeah, Mbacho. Yeah, very Richard, because I feel in Chibon region. Now, I'm saying, yes, school is a media. I'm saying, from basic school to senior high school. Ebianya, because 2019, new curriculum for basic school, by Miko Patekidi, and with senior high school, is Miko Patekidi. ABC, a whole textbook to my, a whole be beyond my head. So, how do you expect the teacher to go to the classroom, deliver their best? You understand? So all these are problems I want to address it at the basic level before we even tend to look at the senior high schools. Senior high schools is for new curriculum and also so who books are better at the my. So you can imagine. It's me that say me how me wo no.
Yes, yeah, that's so afraid. Now watch radio and there and you bring. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay, I'm say on T yen. Can be for frebe mi no pe na afi aba abetwa so. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
But your friend so ka say free. Yami adme.
Yeah, they yami atu. But also, education as my baby. In na young papa woman young fa. The excellence in Nanado. What be bia magana for? Ama yɛnyina ya just say the education or the buy no and crab brain akonya atini ko school no ama ni yeye ama mo pass kama ya pass ya ya ma no vice president always say ya po and say we must actually say school no we call you know double track no one na enye this is yenye dey yes, Papa Biano, kind of for me and this Papa say, no, Ebiano Suso,
Ubali haircut me and you know mocha and I will be some wine and no fun put to ma. The real motive for my Muslim, Mumpesicana Mupane. Baby, I will fall so at a woman. Young Fanya. Bibi a to sinwa addition young Fanya to the panel.
All right.
What be the backup private school? What me money I mean
yes, so yeah, that's a pie before free food chat to na yeah the phone segment no about a hello, good evening. Good evening. Okay, honorable. Me too.
Once I get to see me better family, never trust some food. Me jump, me trust and try to be back. And then I've been out for the check, the plus. A better is no more. Or much longer to see a school. The jammer at a distance, but it's near than yeah, can fall. What this I want so much for at the community. My daughter. Let's go at that time. And then to school, you would the system. A better than to make them one. Take my costume. A better than a topless. No more power to just as say. The teaching from 4 to 9 to present as they perform to come. What does who post question? How we are penny, we are minister, we do us. So just Mama and Colony, or we can tell them from empty school. If you say, teach upon a more, take care of money. Oh, she a correct teacher and teacher grab and some of pen of this. And then the dear politics, the dear politics. Share. Pay for without you. A big deal of them to the school. Your best school compound.
All right.
My credit union. What I say? I'll some complaint. Your post school you don't dog. This is how they
all right. Honorable Gede, and I say so afraid na wame ate de ekɔ so asem school ono ne mpesua so enesi o se usi ho a awe ho kra egu ha de adesua wo de no esi misen komodie no ebekɔ so aban amampanesi minister nko hwem na on fa de obehu bia so mrameka de nwan ne say last year ya no twai pa o they did not drop all of a sudden. So what is wrong? I don't know my dear no say standard there may statistics the idea boy from one it declining gradually. So a sharp decliner who differentiate crowd who difference cry and ye. Diana we need there say a strong cocra. It be say you restricted on say previously ya no mbapo. We know ya mama na fe ni hu say ade no enye. Anyway, you ever know so na ye office of the special prosecutor. And ho aba asem na say say the baby the petition kra koma mampani say yin free ho Martin Pegu ka ho bi enra o me achi Martin Pegu say obae no oba be strat ni so ye ni obon ho by ne parliament o mani abrepa majority leader mama yerga say ade a special prosecutor here no in farmer kwa speaker the obetre dwem no o say faso bia ni so say the office ni si o say Ghana for mu di aban sika yen sika ma untimi ni sika ma yen afi bia e bo ho ka yengu no anase nipa na oye adwuma ma tia me de be ye wenti ma anye dise eja me buy so far yenhu ne success story bia match ado abanate exercise infertility ya bo ho ka ya de no obra e fa so bia na Agisford mo na oye sika ho adwuma yengu office na say ye manentra ho value for money
office ya no ne ho asem sa office na ngasa ma temu dipana na ye wogidi unu say wotumi ba ono so wantumi na ono ye de we ya no ja okoye na enua
na ankwa no ma so aba
ono so aba
it be crab for dey
me gidi say de kono de ase kini wa anke beboa tin hunu no because na wo hwemu a adwene ye say wa ban mu na wonkofo diska abana ntimi prosecute no nti OSP emra ma OSP so no oba ye de hu hwe no kwase political issues or ko nyina odifo me hu de odi nkunimum de ye hoi pa maame sinada pa enkomra fwen odifo so debut and osheska ewo ho a ye de ko ho a anye skantu o onu anga se krad bambo no nye easy o chair president what bulletproof ka no tim but at the end of the day en fashion ma enti me de me no mo ya adwen se ke betumi a ke free ho na mom parliament ne mo nya adwen because ye che Martin Pebunti ana wo ni abre others ye che wo no de no ka fa ho enya mo kwa we bi wo eche no a kwa bi so na hu hia but ya che wo mo Martin Pebu kra de so ni be bond na ketu abi on the same ya fa ke si bi atuntu so enti eno na ide onu kwa hwan onu kwa ya che na ide onu dia obafam na kwan so then de na hu hia say parliament no mani brese Martin Pebu ni akiri nti na ye ka wasem omo kan wasem say bia hono nya OSP ne bia no wo no momodin emfa so bia ma ye ngunu a fine but omo ma use Martin Pebu as a yardstick and nti ania bre ye kan wasem wo mo adi ka che wo a no mo emfa ma kwa mu ho na kan wasem obi an ka hwe to me enkanya bad ada of kenya bad but I say omo say corruption don't fight more than some fight corruption and then I yes say I say free but to me how kenya na harding
that's a bohoka
but you boka for somebody sika no yevanye e bokura kwan sika ne fan ko she problem education ho sai sika na de ko ho no millions no yevanye ko she problem education because your budget ko ho a eno de ko problem education kota kore omunya eni se emfa for so bia mreyen na just office
and who no say politicians na no frustrate special prosecutor say onto me nya adwuma
me gidi say
na matia me dukan
me gidi say kisidie opredodo corruption ho syndicate o anye one person na you eni was of fight here anye kasatentene because just after MPPD na o suro say judiciary na fight against no nothing we could be any about Togo. Are you sure so ko na wo on sema no ko na stars mu and you to go ye but the trade here press conference and so am fashion ye ama enti office na ho a so we also to me yamanem
okay
yen clear office free o yemes kanya de foforo
doc yamanem ko ana se nipa na ote wo no e na se de osi ye adwuma no so aniti ensa no
Office of the Special Prosecutor, Act 959. Na kofa bae. The mandate na yemi nupe. So be investigate. Na wa ye anti-corruption agent. Nti nyoma mienu na ye hwehwe. Se de wo madi no, onkofa amra. Na onya asi akwan se ebi nsi. Otumi asa nyoma mienu we ya, it is enough. Asat na yen say the mandate menu ne mu de wo he na watu abo ne homoden pa asat now de ye ni evidence bia say office na tumi am yen sa kan yesika bia obi adi eni ehwe nso so oba ye no corruption no akofom ana say bi mabi because say yesika kwa bonten mpo yen sa kan na corruption e bi nsi bi ma then the office is ho anfa so because the mandate ye menu so obehwe say sika nkrofo adi no or investigate na say yensa be kan ya de yensa aka no so be anti corruption that is so be say corruption NC sika na be my the first mandate we hear corruption perception index before say office be ni enim yoko yenim NIB yeni attorney general this were the main can say agencies are now ehwesa corruption cases on how badly were they performing. And until there was the need for us to have ni nyina ne say sa agencies ni nyina no share shaban nase ntinya an independent one na enu betumi aye adwuma no. So we also have to assess it from the point say, has this office been an independent office? That has been the case. Can we say that this office was an independent office? Now, Kiseja Ben Eba, it has been the previous administration. International said, and no indication says still this office operates and works seeks to protect the people who brought him. The budget is 210 million Ghana cedis every year. In Tianfa, Ghana is a rational business person. In the Afro-BSC who say, Kojimi Sikabra na mema ubia. 2018 years the office is so operating. How many years now? 7 years now. Niyanhwe sikado do akwakwasha ono ankasa ka tuyampu ne yada impode. The budget this year 2010. I think no last year 2010. This year I'm not very sure from the budget inti sa wo hwe sika akwakwasha ho ne dia eba. As a rational business person, wo boka na wunya afa so. Ni mandate ye mienu sika nkrofo di ne kwaje bra enhwese ebi ensi biem se ba ko anya adwuma me se sika mpo ebi amampo na corruption no ensi a anke beka se eni husuro nti
amanfo agai
All right.
but still ekoso
Okay.
sika nso on fa bi maye we are still pumping money into this office for
Don't
me
speak ayadwin.
it's not about the personality.
Office na.
We have system are operating and the kind of corrupt politicians are you. Mahama no kwampo no to kwampo he can't do anything.
Ama na kwata kwa
On to me bibia.
Ozafo inyaya nanka ya to so nanso ye bre no ayebe ye wo se de esi ha na eso so penifo a woto won kan nwumre ye Dr. Ibrahim Jamfi or a lecturer e Amstead Kumasi and afira Kingsford also ansa a financial consultant and a counselor. Omienu ena ebewe if you can't rajon afo you free responsible cooperative mining aso by betre anamo amutu mala me ya na bobo ansemia no e my midden Kofi Appiah nyame anu ochna e the farmers day special edition of March e be bro farmers day ne ne akuafo na di nkomo e tie wo mo hawo nya basbo de ne keke de wo se yi a akuafo betima ye adwuma ni ye na aduane komo de ebi ene nyame anu ochna ni hia March nwedi nso yakrawo bye bye.